All right, today we're pulling back the curtain on a really powerful tool, one that lets you trade around the clock without, actually losing any sleep. We're going to talk about automated trading bots and how you can get one set up on Binance.
I mean, if you've ever paid attention to crypto, you know this feeling. The market literally never closes. Trying to keep up with every little price swing, it's just a recipe for total burnout and, honestly, a ton of missed opportunities. But what if you didn't have to be glued to your screen?
And that really gets to the core of why manual trading is so tough. It's not even just about being awake all the time. It's about fighting our own instincts. That fear of missing out, or FOMO that makes you buy high, or the panic that makes you sell low. Those emotional decisions, they're often the biggest roadblock to actually being successful.
So how do you get around that? Well, you bring in an assistant that doesn't have any emotions. And that's exactly where automated trading bots come into play. They're designed to follow your strategy with cold, hard logic, completely taking that emotional roller coaster out of the picture.
The best way to think about a trading bot is like an autopilot for your trading account. Seriously. You set the rules of the game, when to buy, when to sell, what the price should be, and the software just does it for you. Day, night, holidays, it doesn't hesitate and it never second-guesses the plan.
And when you compare the two side by side, the difference is just stark. A human gets tired, we make emotional calls, and we can only focus on so much at once. A bot, on the other hand, is literally built for this. It runs on nothing but the rules you give it. It executes trades in milliseconds, and it analyzes the market without ever stopping, 24/7.
Okay, so the concept sounds great, right? But how does it actually work? Let's walk through the actual blueprint for setting up your own trading bot on Binance. It's probably a lot more straightforward than you think.
Before we dive in, here's a quick checklist. First, you're going to need a Binance account with some funds in it, obviously. But crucially, you need a strategy. The bot is only as good as the plan you give it. And finally, you'll need to get your head around a little piece of tech called API keys.
Now, don't let the name scare you. API keys are basically just a secure bridge that connects your bot to your Binance account. It's like giving the bot a limited access keycard. It has permission to place trades for you, but it doesn't need your password and can't touch your funds for withdrawals. It's a really fundamental security feature.
So the setup itself. First, you pick your strategy. A really popular one for beginners is called grid trading. Then, on Binance, you'll find a whole trading bot section. From there, you just plug in your settings, like your price range and how much to invest. You'll create those secure API keys we just talked about, and then you hit activate. But your job isn't over just yet.
And this brings us to a super important reality check. Using a trading bot is not, I repeat, not, a guaranteed path to getting rich. It's a sophisticated tool, and just like any tool, it has its own rules and risks that you absolutely have to understand before you start.
So here's the most crucial point. A bot doesn't have some secret formula. It's an execution engine. That's it. Its success or failure is a direct mirror of the quality and logic of the strategy you design. The thinking, the brain work, that is still all on you.
Let's be really clear about the risks. A sudden market crash can completely wreck a bot that was designed for calm markets. A tiny flaw in your strategy's logic can lead to huge losses. And you know what? Sometimes tech just has problems. You have to be ready for these things to happen.
So how do you manage all that risk? Well, you follow these golden rules. 1. Start small. Use an amount of capital you're genuinely okay with losing. 2. Backtest everything. See how your strategy would have performed in the past before you use real money. 3. Don't just set it and forget it. You have to keep an eye on how it's doing. And most important of all, never, ever run a strategy that you don't understand completely.
Now let's just zoom out for a second. This isn't just about trading crypto. The fact that these automation tools are becoming so easy to use, well, it signals a much bigger shift in how we can all manage our own finances and investments.
So at the end of the day, the big takeaway here is that automation can be an incredibly powerful ally. It lets us apply real discipline and logic to these complex, fast-moving markets in a way that's, well, it's just very difficult for a human to do alone. It's about using technology to become a better strategist.
And that leaves us with a really fascinating question, doesn't it? If we let the bots handle all the moment-to-moment trading, the actual execution, what becomes our most valuable role? What is the human's most important job? And maybe it's what it should have been all along. The research, the strategy, and the big picture thinking.